Coming from the information, China plans to let top AI firms buy limited amounts of NVIDIA H200 chips. Yay! America is winning. Look, I talk about everything going on in the AI technology world. It's not my fault most of the time I'm talking about the United States losing this particular war. It is something that America is good at. We are really good at spending a lot of money to lose wars, right? It doesn't mean that I'm a traitor when I say it. It doesn't mean that I'm not patriotic when I say it. It's just a fact of the matter. We spend a lot of resources to lose. That's just how it goes. So this is kind of an interesting story with the whole question of, where does the Chinese AI stack actually sit, especially for China as they try to move ahead, right? So we got the jingoism and we have the propaganda and all of that kind of stuff going on from both sides, all sides, every side, right? But then there is the practicality of there's companies and there's organizations and there's folks that are trying to move the ball forward. And the fact of the matter is if they don't move the ball forward, they don't earn tax money. Tax money doesn't go to the government, and everything kind of falls apart, right? We've talked about that before with Israel. Israel is interesting right now for reasons other than Gaza, right? There's this whole thing about the shekel appreciation. So the value of the shekel has gone up massively over the past year. Basically, it went from engineers in Israel costing 15% less than American engineers to now costing 10% more. So that's causing disruptions within the Israeli tech sector. And the weird thing, I didn't know, right? But with Israel, apparently the tech sector makes up 11% of the economy, but pays 30% of the taxes. So if you're looking, here in the United States, Microsoft lays off 4,800 people, and, it is what it is. Oh no, I guess they're going to have to go and get a real job. Sorry for them. The issue you have to look at, like with Israel, is if they start doing major layoffs, right? The employees' salaries get taxed. That tax money goes to the government so they can pay for their social services and their facilities and infrastructure and wars and all of that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, if you start having major layoffs in the Israeli tech sector, the ramifications of that could literally be disastrous for the entire country. We're going to see how that one goes. Again, I'm curious. I am curious what's going to happen to Israel over the next decade. But why I bring that up is when you look at China. I mean, China is much larger, 1.54 billion people and the whole 9 yards. But China does have to keep pushing their industrial progression forward, right? They can't necessarily get on their high horse on certain things and say, we will not purchase or use particular products because we are insulted, right? That gets limited, that gets mitigated by the fact that they do have to keep pushing things forward. And so as we see China now allowing in possibly these H200 chips, it starts to give us a better idea of where they are in this whole AI revolution. China plans to allow some of the country's biggest AI companies to buy a small number of NVIDIA's H200 chips. The chip purchase approvals would offset a shortage caused by soaring demand for AI chips. So one of the arguments here is that the Chinese AI stack is actually doing well. It actually is competitive to the American AI stack, the whole 9 yards. They just simply cannot produce enough of the equipment, which actually probably makes a lot of sense there. In recent weeks, Chinese officials have told companies, including Alibaba, ByteDance, and DeepSeek, that they may soon receive permission to buy some H200 chips. To secure approval, the companies must detail how many chips they need and why they need them. I do think this is interesting from a national, industrial policy standpoint. The fact that they actually have to submit to the Chinese government why they need them. Because remember, China actually has an industrial policy. Unlike America, we have a tweet policy here. They have an industrial policy, right? The idea is that they want to build things domestically in order to support their industry. So with these major tech firms going to the Chinese government and specifically writing out where the current Chinese AI tech stack falls short, that basically gives the Chinese government a roadmap on what they should be focusing on next, which does make a lot of sense. The officials told the companies they should use H200 chips only for training. For inference, the Chinese government wants the companies to prioritize using Chinese processors. So everything that we've heard up until this point in time, it does sound like the Chinese processors are good for inference, right? We have a lot of vendors for processors all around the world at this point in time that can do inference very well. And so basically the Chinese government is saying, okay, the H200, look, training is its own deal. Maybe there's not enough processors or whatever in order to do training. So you can use the H200 for that. For inference, though, we want you to keep that domestic. The government is still determining the exact number of NVIDIA chips to approve for purchase, but it could amount to fewer than 200,000 in total. So there you go. Maybe NVIDIA will be able to sell 200,000 H200 chips into China. Doesn't exactly sound like they're getting addicted on American AI chips, though, right? That's what we heard out of Lutnick, right? Or Lutnick a couple of years ago. He was saying, we are going to sell China our fourth best AI hardware, and we are going to addict them to the American technology. He literally said that. Like, I always bring up that whole addict thing because you're like, what? Let's not use that word. Like there's just certain words in this world there's just no reason to go. There's just no reason to go and use the N-word around black folks if you look like me, right? You're talking to Chinese folks. There's no reason to start talking about addicting them on Western crap, right? There's other ways you can get your point across without using those specific words. But anyways, it's the Trump administration. And the Trump administration is gonna Trump. You know what I mean? So anyways, they're gonna be allowing possibly these H200 chips in. Is this the win? Is this a propagandic win for the United States? To a degree it is, right? Because basically this is saying our second best AI chips are still good enough that there is a demand for it in China. My question, though, is that maybe a short-term propagandic win, but in the long term, if we don't do something, I think it's just going to be yet another failure because basically, as I say, if these technology companies have to explicitly state to the Chinese government where Chinese AI technology does not meet the mark, you know that's exactly where the Chinese government is going to focus their next round of investment and development. Okay, so the H200 can do better in these particular areas. Okay, we're going to make sure within the next 2 years we can do a lot better in those particular areas. Yeah, so anyways, that's where we go. So what do you think about this? What do you think about China allowing in a limited amount of H200 chips? Is this proof of the superiority of the American AI stack? Or is this simply basically the Chinese putting their little fingers in the dike for a leak as they build, bigger and bigger and bigger dikes or whatever else? Does that work? I don't know. Put your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you like these videos, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.